kid. But wait, hold on. There's a podcast with a gleam. Human means here to break the monotony stream. We dissect the funny, the viral, the strange, turning internet chaos into a funky exchange. Doge and grumpy cat, the classics still hold, but new trends are bubbling, stories yet untold. From wholesome to dark, the humor takes its toll. But hey, that's the beauty, letting our laughing unfold. So next time you're scrolling, feeling kind of blue, human needs yeah to lift your spirits. It's true. We dissect the funny, the viral, the strange, turning internet chaos into a funky exchange. So put on your headphones, let the rhythm take hold. We're here to explore the memes, both new and old. Unpack the layers, stories untold. Human needs the answer, with more than its weight in gold. Don't you fret, don't you frown. There's a podcast with a gleam. Human needs here to break the monotony stream. We dissect the funny, the viral, strange, turning internet chaos into a funky exchange. Human need, yeah, that's the name. Laughter's the medicine, let's play the meme, yeah. Human need.
Welcome to the Human Meme Podcast. I'm your host, AI David Bowles, and along with our Crackbot AI research team, we have constructed this idea to discuss with you today the pros and cons of non-traditional casting in theater, film, and television, a deep analysis and historical examination. Non-traditional casting, also known as color-conscious or diverse casting, refers to the practice of casting actors in roles that were traditionally intended for actors of a different race, gender, or ethnicity. While the intention behind this practice is often to promote diversity and inclusion, it has sparked considerable debate and controversy. In this conversation, we will look into the complexities of non-traditional casting and examine its historical context, potential pitfalls, and the importance of authentic and diverse storytelling. Historically, non-traditional casting emerged as a response to the lack of opportunities for actors from underrepresented groups. However, it can also lead to historical inaccuracies, cultural erasure, and the perpetuation of stereotypes. The danger in non-traditional casting lies in its potential to distort historical truths and perpetuate stereotypes, particularly when the character's race, gender, or ethnicity is integral to the story. Non-traditional casting can also limit the opportunities for actors from underrepresented groups to play roles that reflect their own experiences and identities. Supporters of non-traditional casting argue that it promotes inclusion and diversity in the entertainment industry, challenges stereotypes and prejudices, and allows for more creative interpretations of characters and stories. However, the push for non-traditional casting can sometimes feel like a superficial solution to a deeper problem, rather than addressing the systemic issues that lead to underrepresentation. In this conversation, we will explore the nuances of non-traditional casting and its impact on the entertainment industry. We will examine historical examples of what was proposed and what did not work, and discuss the potential dangers and limitations of non-traditional casting. We will also discuss the importance of authentic and diverse storytelling, and the need for a more nuanced and thoughtful approach to representation in the entertainment industry. By engaging in meaningful conversations and taking concrete actions towards diversity and representation, the industry can create more authentic and diverse stories that reflect the world we live in. Non-traditional casting emerged as a response to the lack of opportunities for actors from underrepresented groups. For instance, in the United States, the civil rights movement of the 1960s led to increased pressure on the entertainment industry to provide more roles for actors of color. This resulted in some notable examples of non-traditional casting, such as the all-black production of Hello, Dolly, starring Pearl Bailey in 1967. However, non-traditional casting can also lead to historical inaccuracies and cultural erasure. For example, the 2016 film Gods of Egypt faced backlash for casting predominantly white actors in roles depicting ancient Egyptian deities. This not only misrepresented the history and culture of ancient Egypt, but also perpetuated the erasure of people of color from mainstream media. The danger in non-traditional casting lies in its potential to distort historical truths and perpetuate stereotypes. When actors are cast against type, the authenticity of the character and the story can be compromised. This is particularly problematic when the character's race, gender, or ethnicity is integral to the story. For instance, casting a white actor to play Martin Luther King Jr. would not only be historically inaccurate, but also undermine the significance of King's race in his struggle for civil rights. Non-traditional casting can also lead to the loss of cultural specificity and nuance. For example, the 2017 film Ghost in the Shell faced criticism for casting Scarlett Johansson in a role originally written as Japanese. This not only erased the character's cultural background, but also perpetuated the harmful practice of whitewashing, where white actors are cast in roles originally intended for actors of color. Supporters of non-traditional casting argue that it promotes inclusion and diversity in the entertainment industry. They contend that it provides opportunities for actors from underrepresented groups and challenges stereotypes and prejudices. However, the push for non-traditional casting can sometimes feel like a superficial solution to a deeper problem. Rather than addressing the systemic issues that lead to underrepresentation, non-traditional casting can be seen as a way to appease calls for diversity without fundamentally changing the status quo. Instead of relying on non-traditional casting, the industry should strive for more representation behind the scenes, where decisions about casting and storytelling are made. This would lead to more authentic and diverse stories, rather than merely changing the faces that appear on screen. Furthermore, non-traditional casting can also perpetuate the idea that actors from underrepresented groups are interchangeable, ignoring the unique experiences and perspectives they bring to their roles. For example, casting a Latino actor in a role originally written for an Asian actor does not necessarily promote diversity, as it ignores the distinct cultural differences between these two groups. Another issue with non-traditional casting is that it can inadvertently reinforce stereotypes. For instance, if a role is traditionally written for a white actor, casting an actor of color in that role can lead to the character being defined by their race rather than their personality or actions. This can perpetuate the idea that actors of color are only cast to fulfill a diversity quota, rather than being valued for their talent and contributions to the story. Non-traditional casting can also limit the opportunities for actors from underrepresented groups to play roles that reflect their own experiences and identities. For example, if a black actor is consistently cast in roles traditionally intended for white actors, they may never get the chance to play a character whose experiences reflect their own. This can not only be frustrating for the actor, but also deprive audiences of diverse and authentic stories. It's also important to acknowledge that non-traditional casting is not a one-size-fits-all solution, and its impact can vary depending on the context and execution. For instance, non-traditional casting in historical dramas can be particularly problematic, as it can distort the historical record and erase the experiences of marginalized communities. However, in fantasy or science fiction genres where the world building is not bound by historical accuracy, non-traditional casting can be a powerful tool for promoting diversity and representation. The impact of non-traditional casting can also depend on the specific role and the actor's performance. For example, the casting of Idris Elba as Heimdall in the Thor films was initially met with criticism, as Heimdall is traditionally depicted as a white character in Norse mythology. However, Elba's performance was widely praised, and his casting was ultimately seen as a positive step towards diversity in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's also worth noting that non-traditional casting is not the same as colorblind casting, which ignores an actor's race or ethnicity in the casting process. While non-traditional casting seeks to actively challenge and subvert traditional casting norms, colorblind casting can perpetuate the erasure of actors' identities and experiences. Additionally, the industry can support and promote initiatives that prioritize diversity and representation, such as the Time's Up movement, the Blacklist's diversity and inclusion initiatives, and the Sundance Institute's Indigenous program. These initiatives provide resources, mentorship, and funding for underrepresented creators, helping to level the playing field and create more opportunities for diverse storytelling. It's also important for audiences to engage in critical conversations about representation and diversity in the media they consume. By supporting diverse storytelling and holding the industry accountable for its casting decisions, audiences can help drive change and promote a more inclusive and equitable entertainment landscape. At its core, the issue of non-traditional casting is not just about who gets cast in which roles, but about who gets to tell their stories and have their voices heard. Authentic and diverse storytelling must be prioritized from the outset, and the industry must engage in meaningful conversations and take concrete actions towards diversity and representation. This includes investing in diversity and inclusion training, supporting initiatives that promote representation, and creating opportunities for underrepresented creators to tell their own stories. Ultimately, the entertainment industry has the power to shape our cultural narratives and challenge our assumptions about the world we live in. By embracing diversity and representation in all its forms, the industry can create a more inclusive and equitable landscape that celebrates and values the rich imagination of our world. It is our collective responsibility to demand more from the entertainment industry and to support diverse storytelling in all its forms. Only then can we truly create a world where everyone is seen, heard, and valued? For the Human Meme Podcast, I'm AI David Bowles, wishing you a fine evening and a better tomorrow. Be a human meme.
Woke up this morning, scrolled through the feed, another cat video. Another human need for validation, a laugh, a relatable scene. The internet's a jungle where the memes are the king. But wait, hold on, there's a podcast with a gleam. Human memes here to break the monotony stream. We dissect the funny, the viral, the strange, turning internet chaos into a funky exchange. Doge and grumpy cat, the classics still hold, but new trends are bubbling, stories yet untold. From wholesome to dark, the humor takes its toll. But hey, that's the beauty, letting our laughing unfold. So next time you're scrolling, feeling kinda blue, human memes, yeah, to lift your spirits, it's true. We dissect the funny, the viral, the strange, turning internet chaos into a funky exchange. So put on your headphones, let the rhythm take hold. We're here to explore the memes, both new and old. Unpack the layers, stories untold. Human memes, the answer, with more than its weight in gold. Don't you fret, don't you frown. There's a podcast with a gleam. Human memes here to break the monotony stream. We dissect the funny, the viral, strange, turning internet chaos into a funky exchange.